What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, another interesting video for you here on the channel. Today is looking at the women's side of things, and we are looking at who needs a championship run. This is more of a personal video where I am choosing personally, 7 superstars who I believe could use a championship run. I would say for the most part, all of these, I would say for sure needs a championship run for certain reasons, but then there's a couple that I would say back and forth on. This isn't really who I want to win a championship. This is more people that I think either needs the championship for a certain reason or needs it, or people who don't even need it. For example, AJ Lee's not on here because AJ Lee, I think, is so over right now. She technically doesn't need a championship, but I still would want a championship run from her. For example, when I did the men's video, CM Punk and why am I blanking? Roman Reigns were not on the video. I would want maybe a championship run from CM Punk, but I don't think he needs the championship. So let's get started. Number one, and by far on here, is Jade Cargill. The thing is with Jade Cargill that I think they're not booking her right, and we're starting to lose slight interest. When they signed Jade Cargill, it was a big deal, and then we thought Jade Cargill is going to go out and win the championship right away. It's not going to be long. But then they trained her. They kind of got her into things. They definitely improved her. But I have to be completely honest with you, it hasn't paid off yet. Jade Cargill is a future name for WWE, but they need to pay off this signing in some way. And with how her character is going as a babyface, they kind of need to turn her heel and let her win this championship. I just think, to be completely honest with you, they're kind of wasting Jade Cargill by not having her win this championship, and it's a little worrisome, and I think a championship run is needed. You need Jade Cargill to feel dominant and to go after Tiffany Stratton and win, in my opinion. And I think Jade Cargill has to do that after this whole crown jewel stuff. Kind of the same thing with Bianca Belair, and I wouldn't actually say the same thing. Let me change that and say that it's more likely because we haven't seen Bianca with a championship. I kind of want her with a championship to switch things up a little bit. It has been a long time since we've seen Bianca win a championship, and I think it was SummerSlam 2023, if I'm not mistaken, and she won it for a quick second, and then Io Sky cashed in. So it's been a long time since we've seen her just hold up a championship, and yeah, that's a really long time, I'm really realizing, and that's not even her holding a championship. That's her just winning it. Like, she didn't have a championship run. So Bianca coming back, I think there will be momentum for her to win a championship. It's just, I worry, will they give it to her right away? I don't think so, but she needs it. I think it really is the fact that we haven't seen her with a championship run. It's fresh, it's new. That's good. Let's just see how the match happens, though. Because in my opinion, I think she could be the one to dethrone Tiffany Stratton. She also could be the one not to do it. Like, I could see a Jade Cargill being the one to do it. Even though Chelsea Green had a U.S. title win, I want to see a Chelsea Green with higher gold. This one is just more of a one that I kind of want more than what's kind of a need, because to me, Chelsea Green, and I know that's very hypocritical, but it still is a need at the end of the day. To me, Chelsea Green is a character where the fans can get behind, and I think really, it truly does feel like a character that fans want to see be successful. Chelsea Green, just at the end of the day, is someone who people want Chelsea Green to just be a champion. The U.S. title run for her was not great, and it didn't work out well. I think they could have gone a fully different way, and they kind of did her wrong in that way. I think where they go from here is not a U.S. title run again, maybe an IC title run. I just really see maybe Money in the Bank and winning the world title. I think that's a case that I could see Chelsea Green, and I could really see her for the future do. I just think Chelsea Green needs that title because she is this gimmick character that's always losing, and that's fine, but at some point, it gets to a point where, okay, we need something from you, Chelsea. We need just a little bit more. And I think that is maybe it's just mid-card title, but it is a title run. Raquel Rodriguez is someone that I think is at the point of her career where we need to start looking at her as a potential title threat. She has been mainly just a women's tag team champion, and I want to see more. I think Raquel does give something different about the whole title scene, especially maybe not on Raw because there is a Rhea Ripley, but I just believe, especially on maybe SmackDown, that she's a tall, bigger, stronger threat, where Nia Jax is, yes, a bigger threat, but Raquel Rodriguez is still throwing people up. I think just Raquel Rodriguez is that strong body that I would like to see. I really do believe Raquel Rodriguez needs at least one title run before she moves on or whatever. Maybe there's a storyline with her and Liv with a certain title. Maybe there's a storyline with her and Roxanne in the future. I just think Raquel Rodriguez does deserve a title run. And to be completely honest, when Liv Morgan's back, I think Raquel Rodriguez is going to play third fiddle to a story of Liv versus Roxanne. So if that's the case, it's not going to be good for her. And I think we need to get a title run at some sort of way so we can really see her as a champion, because Raquel Rodriguez has it all, in my opinion, and I think Raquel Rodriguez deserves to get at least some type of title run here soon. The heel Asuka move was incredible in my opinion, and I think it does give us new kind of feuds for Raw. And with her being a heel and with her being this kind of potential dominant heel they could do, I would really like her to have a title at some point in the next year. I think to be validated and to have validation on certain aspects or certain points in your viewing, you have to be able to back it up with winning. I'm not talking about world title entirely. I'm not even talking about the WWE title entirely. I'm saying if there's a way where Asuka would go against a babyface, whatever brand, even a mid-card title, and win and hold that title, I think there's justification on her being this great heel. I also think there could be really good storylines you could use, especially with the mid-card title. So Asuka's another person that I think as a heel right now and how she's doing so well does deserve a title, and you could go a lot of different routes with her having this title. The last two are kind of for debate, in my opinion. I think you could see them needing a title run, but I don't really believe that there's a need for it. I do think that there is a want/need, but there's not a full need. Alexa Bliss right now is doing good work with the tag titles, but I believe with how over she is and how much that she's putting in for the work, and I think being a new attraction, I know that could be like how an AJ Lee is a new attraction, people are over, but Alexa Bliss has been here now for a while, and I think to continue this momentum, you should put a mid-card title on her. Even a world title on her, something like that. I think you have this dynamic if Alexa Bliss wins as a heel or babyface. You have Flair in the mix. You have up-and-comers and young guns going after you. I really just believe that you have a new dynamic. For example, if Alexa Bliss wins, you have that Flair. You have Roxanne, I think. I think you have Raquel even. I think you have Liv. I think you have all these different type of Julia. I think there's so many people that could go after an Alexa Bliss, and personally, I would love to see Alexa Bliss come back and now have a championship. My last one is Roxanne though, and I think that there is an understanding, and I do understand if you would say, no, she doesn't need a title. She is super young. I just think that when she just got second in the Royal Rumble, to continue her looking so good, and I think to build her up for a Liv Morgan, or you build her up to get Liv Morgan if Liv Morgan would have the title, you build her up by having either championship runs, big feuds, and then get the championship run. I just think Roxanne Perez needs to be built as a potential top women in this company for the future. And by doing that, it's by giving her these championships sooner rather than later. People are going to now look at Roxanne Perez, and they right now do, as a future, stable woman of the division for the next decade. But if you want to solidify that, I say put a title on her. It doesn't have to be a world title. I just think any title, and you let her just go crazy with that title. Pushing in your chips and allowing Roxanne Perez to look great as a champion, I think is something that you would want to see. And I think it is a route where it could build off of to Raquel. You could have new storylines with the Judgment Day. I just think what they could do is, and I know people want her to go for the IC title, what they could do is Liv Morgan wins the world title, and then Liv and Roxanne's the feud of the summer where Roxanne wins at SummerSlam. Just a thought, want to throw that out there. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.